Detective Chris Anderson, First 48, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, I just told you in the last video I just dropped with Guillermo Rigo versus Coquillette Jim that it doesn't matter how many people love you, how many people hate you. It doesn't matter how many people betray you, as long as your skills don't betray you, right? Well, guys, if you look at this picture right here, then you can clearly see that Kareem Mayfield's skills definitely betrayed him. First things first, congratulations to Emmanuel Taylor. He just snapped his 2-loss streak that he was on. And now it's Kareem Mayfield that has a 2-loss streak. You know, this was an impressive win for Emmanuel Taylor, but you know, this really makes Chris Algieri's win over Emmanuel Taylor look even that much more impressive, doesn't it? If you guys haven't watched that fight, you can watch that on YouTube. Actually, Chris Algieri, he was very impressive in that fight. He showed a lot of impressive boxing skill and ability against Emmanuel Taylor. Now let's go ahead and talk about Taylor versus Mayfield. You know, first impressions watching this fight, within the first 2 rounds, it didn't look like Kareem Mayfield in there. It looked like someone else. I mean, Kareem Mayfield, he looked so out of place. He looked tired. He looked like he was gassing already, like around the 3rd round. He looked wild. He was getting caught with clean punches that he didn't normally get caught with. I could tell you right now, if this Kareem Mayfield showed up against Herrera, he would have probably got knocked out against Herrera, okay? This is how different Kareem Mayfield looked as opposed to how he looked before he got his first loss against Delarme. And speaking of Delarme, Kareem Mayfield, he even looked much better in that fight, losing to Delarme, compared to how he looked against Taylor. I mean, it was just so shocking to see Kareem get caught with clean shot after clean shot. You know, before, Kareem, he had the type of defense to where if you catch him with a good shot, you most likely won't catch him with the same shot over and over. He has that kind of intelligence to adjust and learn from his mistakes, but not against Taylor. Like I said, in this fight, he was getting caught with the same punch over and over again. You know, this just goes to show you, you never know how a person is going to come back from their first defeat. You never know. Some fighters, they come back better. Other fighters, they're never the same. And after seeing Kareem Mayfield lose 2 times in a row, I think it's safe to say he's not the same anymore. Now, and this is not to suggest that he can't rededicate himself and get back to where he was before. But 2 losses in a row, it's not looking good. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Kareem Mayfield. I know by looking at his Instagram, it seemed like he's always partying. He's always having a good time. I don't know if that was a distraction or maybe it was just a lot of confidence lost from his first defeat against Emmanuel Taylor. I mean, if you think about it, he has his first loss, then he gets dropped by Top Rank all at the same time. That's a big blow, man. Psychologically, that is a big blow. And it showed in the ring, man. It showed in the ring. That was not Kareem Mayfield. He looked terrible in this fight. Kareem looked terrible in this fight. I mean, he was telegraphing all of his punches. You could see the punches coming a mile away. Kareem Mayfield even managed to knock down Taylor later on in the round with his favorite punch, his right hand. But, you know, once Taylor got back up, Kareem jumped on him with all of these wild punches. He didn't really take time to place his punches and look for an opening. He just exploded on Taylor. And it was all telegraphed. So you could just see Taylor easily blocking the punches because he could see him coming from a mile away. So, you know, this fight kind of almost reminded me of Tyson versus Buster Douglas. You're seeing Mike Tyson plodding around and you're saying to yourself, man, this doesn't look like Tyson. This doesn't look like the ferocious Mike Tyson that I know, right? And just like in that fight, Mike Tyson, he knocked down Buster Douglas, but he couldn't finish him off. And then Buster Douglas will come back and, of course, knock out Mike Tyson. Obviously, that didn't happen in this fight. This was a 12-round unanimous decision win for Emmanuel Taylor, but it was very similar to that fight. So I don't know, man. I don't know where Kareem Mayfield goes from here. But it's not looking good. I heard he's not working with Virgil Hunter anymore, and it's just not looking. It's not looking good. You know, when I think of all of these undefeated fighters that we've seen lose over the years, all of these big name fighters from Abner Mares to Kareem Mayfield, and the list goes on and on and on. This is just proof that when you hear people say anyone can be undefeated, oh, Floyd Mayweather, he's undefeated, thinks he's this and that, well, anybody can do that, and so on and so forth. He hasn't fought anyone, and all of these ridiculous excuses. When you look at the undefeated fighters that are losing, are they losing to Muhammad Ali? Are they losing to Sugar Ray Leonard? Are they losing to pound for pound, number 8, number 5, the best fighter in the world? No. They're losing to journeymen. They're losing to underdogs they weren't supposed to lose to. The point that I'm making is you have to be on your A game every single time you go in that ring, no matter who the opponent is. You can't have an off night to where you're not yourself. Or even if you are, you better suck it up and you better find a way to win. Fighters like Floyd Mayweather, he's been able to do that the last 18 years. If you want to be great in this sport, you have to be able to beat all different styles. And I know some fighters are going to have bad nights. You're going to have some bad nights. But you have to be able to adjust while you're having that bad night. That's what separates a great fighter from just an average fighter. So we'll see if Kareem Mayfield can go back to the drawing board, get his mind right, and get back to where he was before he went on this losing streak. That's pretty much all I got to say, guys. I'm on to the next one.